me even back then may even remember this, because I preached a Mother's Day message up in Winston about how mothers really aren't that special. And as the course of the beginning of that message, of course, everybody was thinking, oh, well, this is not what I expected to hear this morning, because how many Mother's Day messages have you ever heard in your lifetime about how mothers aren't that special? Of course, those of you who know me by now, you know there's always a twist to what I say and a reason. And the reason what I was talking about was the unrealistic standard that people have nowadays. I think it's increased with each successive generation that women and young ladies have this idea that they can be a super mom, that they can, if they wait until they're ready to have kids, if they think they've read all the books and all the blogs and watched all the videos. You ever tried to tell a young person something about how to raise a kid? They think they already know everything, don't they? And you just sit there and you're thinking, you don't know anything at all. And that's the truth. I was that way, and now I'm the one thinking you don't know anything at all. But, we've got this idea that if I do all this stuff right, and if I do this, I'm going to keep the kids' rooms, I'm going to keep them fed, they're going to be well behaved, they're going to be quiet, they're going to be awesome, and I'm going to be super mom. And then the real world hits. And a lot of times people get really depressed and they get discouraged. And I think there's a lot of moms that are probably sitting in church today hearing their messages that the pastor's preaching about how special and how wonderful moms are, and they're sitting there thinking, he obviously doesn't know me. And even in trying to give honor to moms, it's still this standard that nobody can really live up to, if we're being honest. And what I talked about in that message, the twist was, there's nothing really special about moms. You're not superheroes. You're not superhuman beings. You're frail, faulty, flawed, weak human beings just like us all, and that's men included. But despite you being just a normal person, you do mighty and special and tremendous things. You've been given a holy calling by God. And I don't think that we really think about and focus sometimes, really realize what a crazy thing it is to grow a baby inside your stomach and to bring that baby into the world. And most of you probably were very young when you had your first kid, and you go to the hospital, and after a couple of days, they send you out the door, and they expect you, who have no idea what in the world you're doing, to keep this thing alive. And somehow, it works out. But it's not because you're super mom, and it's not because you're special, but it's because of the help and the grace of Jesus Christ. And the fact that you are able to do these things without special powers, without super abilities, that is what makes you special. Your loving and nurturing nature represents those attributes typically ascribed to the Holy Spirit. In fact, the Greek word pneuma for spirit in the New Testament is actually in the feminine form. And so and of course there's some crossover. There's fathers that are loving and nurturing, but most instances the moms are the more merciful, the more nurturing. The dad, when the kid comes in with a cut, says go rub some dirt in it, and the mom, goes in there to get Band-Aids and Neosporin and have surgery. So you're half of the image of God, and you're a wonderful and a beautiful an important half of that. And so today, we give honor to you because even though you may not be special, you are special because you can do special things. And I've got a poem that I picked up on the internet about a mother's love. And the title of it is Thank God for Mother's Love, because all of us here today, one thing we have in common, we have a mom. Whether she's alive today or in glory, whether we had a good relationship or not, we had a mom. And even if somebody didn't have a good relationship with their biological mother, there's probably a good chance that God sent a godly woman into your life to play that role. Now, the poem goes like this: there is no love like a mother's love, no stronger bond on earth, like the precious bond that comes from God to a mother when she gives birth. A mother's love is forever strong, never changing for all time. And when her children need her most, a mother's love will shine. God bless these special mothers. God bless them, every one, for all the tears and heartache and for the special work they've done. And when her days on earth are over, a mother's love lives on through many generations with God's blessing on each one. Be thankful for our mothers, for they love with a higher love from the power God has given and the strength from above. Isn't that what I talked about this morning? Doesn't that fit in well, even fit in better than I thought that it would? That your love today is amazing because it's a love that's been given you by God.